you are much more capable to transform, to become something new than you might think. Because what most people do is they trust in their current paradigm, their current habits, their current way of being, and to tell them if they're able to become something new, to shift into a new reality. Now, the problem with this is that if you want to become something new, you have to think higher than your current paradigm. You can't trust in your current paradigm to tell you if you're able to become something new. You have to trust in something higher. You have to trust in something greater. Now, here's the thing though, is that in this universe, there is no such thing as good or bad. There's just isness. There's just the isness of all that is. And in the isness of all that is, you have infinite opportunities to become whatever it is that you want to become. And with knowing that, you can become anything that you want to become, but you have to know what you want, and you have to trust in something higher than where you are. That's why if you want to become something, I highly encourage you to reach out to somebody that is already where you want to be, because now you're surrounding yourself with who you want to be, and you will become one with their energy and that environment, and you will start to become that. If you're not happy with who you are, you need to change your habits, change the way you are. And if you want to change the way you are, you have to change who you are at a structural level, which requires you to change your paradigm, to change your way of thinking, to change who you are at a DNA level. And so what has gotten you to the point that you're at now will not get you to the next level. You have to think in terms of something higher to get to that next level. So I encourage you to start to realize that your current paradigm is not a good place to look at in terms of telling you if you're able to become something new, because you are so much more capable than you realize to shift into something new. But oftentimes we believe in our comfort zone. We believe in that comfortability feeling. Now there's this higher feeling that I can't even put into words. It's something that I can only experience. There's an exciting feeling, there's a blissful excitement to this moment that if you trust in that expansiveness, that is what you want to trust in. But there's also this neutral, dry, like you're not really excited about your life kind of feeling, where you don't really feel connected to who you are. You don't really feel like you're being the person that you want to be. You don't want to trust in that when it comes to becoming who you really want to be. That's not who you want to trust in. You want to trust in who you are already at a higher level to become who you really want to be, and to trust in that. Because if you trust in that higher version of you, if you trust in that greater version of you, what you'll notice is that you start to change. Now, the old version of you is going to fight. It's going to fight for its life, quite literally, because when you become something new, you know what happens? That old version of you is going to die. It's not going to survive in this process. That is what ego death is. It's the changing of who you are. And it's not a bad thing, because there is no death. There is only life. There is no such thing as death. There's nothing to fear. There is only life. There's only more life, more of who you really are, more of your true self. Okay, and it already exists at some level. You just have to tune into that. So the key is to understand that you don't want to be trusting in your current paradigm of reality to become who you really want to be, because that has, again, only gotten you to a certain level. If you want to become something new, if you want to become something more, you have to start to think higher. So my question to you is, what is stopping you from realizing that you can become so much more than what it is that you're telling yourself? Because we are so much more capable than we realize. We're so much more capable than what we tell ourselves. We tell ourselves that we can't do things, that we're not allowed to because of certain ideas. But again, you have to realize that is the current paradigm of reality. That is the current paradigm of reality. When I say you're so much more capable than what you think, I'm really being serious. Like, you are so much more capable than what you think. Like, so much more capable. Like, I've been surprised in terms of how much I've been able to create and how much I was able to, for example, push my body physically, how much I was able to push the boundaries of what I thought was possible. And you know what the thing is that that's what I believe we're here for. We're here to push the boundaries of what we think is possible. We're not here to just play it safe. You can play it safe if you want, but here's what a mentor told me one time, which absolutely blew my mind when he told me this, because I realized how true it was. People are often afraid to take a risk and to get out of their safety, to get out of their comfort zone, and to feel safe in that unsafety, to feel secure in the insecurity, because they're scared, because it's a risk. But you know what's funny is that staying in your comfort zone is also a risk, right? It's also a risk to stay in your comfort zone. It's also a risk to not expand. That's a risk too. And there's consequences to that. Like, you do realize that there's consequences to whichever path you take, right? Like, it's a risk to not do what you want to do. It's a risk to do that also. But it's also a risk to step into what you actually want to create. Now, if there's a risk on both sides, why not just do what it is that you actually want to do? Why not just step into what it is that you actually want to create? Because there's literally going to be risks on both sides, except in one reality, you're actually creating what it is that you want, and another reality, you're not. And also, here's the interesting thing, is that oftentimes I've noticed that really, believe it or not, the consequences, and when I say consequences, I don't mean good or bad, I just mean consequences, right? I'm not implying that there's consequences, I'm just saying consequences, good or bad, whatever that is to you, whatever that means in terms of which reality you'll be becoming one with and merging with. Now, here's the thing that I noticed as well, that I want to touch upon very quick, is that when you stay in your comfort zone, oftentimes what people don't realize is that it can become very uncomfortable. And it can become very damaging, more damaging than if you were just to get out of your comfort zone and do whatever it is that you want to do. It can oftentimes be way more damaging, way more, it can eat away at your spirit way more than if you were just to do what it is that you wanted to do. And that's the problem, right? That's the problem, is that we don't see that. A lot of the times we only start to see that once we stay in that space of comfortability for a very, very long time. We wait years, maybe even lifetimes, if you believe in that. But the truth is that you don't have to wait that long. You can have somebody coming into your life like me, or watch a video, or have a coach or a mentor read a book that already is in a different paradigm to motivate you, to inspire you, and you can skip that entire process of being in your comfort zone and seeing the negative consequences of that. Now, I'm saying negative in terms of relatively, you won't be experiencing your preferred reality, because again, there's no such thing as good or bad, there's just is. Okay, there just is. But the question is, what do you want? What do you want? You know, there's just is. But are you in the preferred is? Are you in the preferred reality? Are you living your heart's desires? Are you living what you truly want? And again, I want to remind you that you're far more capable than what you tell yourself. Far, far, far more capable. And with that, I conclude this video. If you want to work with me one-on-one personally, hit the link that's in the description box of this video to apply for a free consultation. It's also going to be in the comments of this video as well. Also, please hit that like button for me so that more people can get access to this content, because I do believe that every single person on this planet does deserve to know that they are the creators of their reality, and that they can manifest their reality and do so in the most effortless and easiest way possible. And hitting that like button does help the YouTube algorithm push the videos out to more people, and that would be greatly appreciated. As always, enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next video.